Imagine transforming a small kingdom into one of the most feared empires in Africa in just 12 years. Imagine a military commander capable of completely revolutionizing the art of warfare, a man whose name struck fear into his enemies long before the first battle even began. At a time when wars determined the fate of entire nations, very few leaders had the vision and determination to completely transform their society. Yet one man would achieve what many believed to be impossible. His influence would extend far beyond the borders of his kingdom and leave a lasting mark on the history of the African continent. That man was Shaka Zulu. To some, he was a military genius. To others, a ruthless ruler. But one thing is certain: his story changed Southern Africa forever. This is his incredible story. Our journey begins at the end of the 18th century in what is now South Africa. At that time, the Zulu were nothing more than a small clan among dozens of others, and nothing suggested they would one day become a major power. The various communities survived mainly through cattle herding and agriculture. Rivalries between clans were common, and alliances shifted constantly. In this unstable world, only the most skilled and determined leaders could ensure the survival of their people. Shaka was born around 1787. His childhood was far from easy. Born out of wedlock, he was rejected by part of his family, and together with his mother, was forced to leave his village. From a very young age, he experienced hunger, exile, and humiliation. Yet these hardships shaped his character and forged the determination that would later define his life. As he grew older, Shaka became an exceptional warrior. He joined the army of the powerful Mthethwa kingdom, where his courage quickly impressed his commanders. Before long, he rose through the ranks. His abilities were not based solely on physical strength. He carefully studied the strategies of his superiors, learned from every battle, and constantly searched for ways to improve military tactics. His ability to learn and adapt quickly set him apart from the other warriors of his time. After the death of his father, Shaka took control of the small Zulu kingdom, but he had no intention of leading just another minor clan. His ambition was enormous. He wanted to unite the peoples of the region under a single, powerful kingdom. To achieve this goal, he completely transformed his army. He introduced a new short-stabbing spear known as the Ikulwa, far more effective in close combat than traditional throwing spears. He enforced extremely strict discipline and required his warriors to train every single day. They marched long distances barefoot to strengthen their endurance and prepare for the hardships of battle. Shaka also developed new military tactics. The most famous became known as the Buffalo Horns formation. The center held the enemy in place, while the two wings rapidly surrounded them, and reserve forces moved in at the decisive moment. This strategy proved devastatingly effective. Victory after victory, Shaka expanded his territory. Many clans voluntarily joined his kingdom, while others were defeated in battle. In only 12 years, the once small Zulu clan had become a vast kingdom whose influence stretched across much of southern Africa. But this rapid expansion also brought major upheaval. Entire populations fled the conflicts, and the political balance of the region changed dramatically. Even today, historians continue to debate the full extent of these events and their impact on southern African history. Despite his immense power, Shaka eventually fell victim to those closest to him. In 1828, he was assassinated by two of his half-brothers. His reign came to an end, but his legacy endured. His military reforms left a lasting influence on the history of southern Africa. The Zulu kingdom survived long after his death, and decades later would famously confront the British Empire during the Anglo-Zulu War. The military system created by Shaka continues to fascinate historians today. Many of his innovations are still studied as remarkable examples of strategic thinking, leadership, and military organization. His influence reached far beyond his own lifetime and remains deeply rooted in the cultural memory of Southern Africa. Today, Shaka Zulu remains one of the most iconic figures in African history. To some, he is a national hero. To others, a brilliant yet controversial leader. But nearly everyone agrees on one thing: his extraordinary talent as a military strategist changed the course of history. His story reminds us that a single individual can transform the destiny of an entire nation. Before you go, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming documentaries about Africa's greatest empires, forgotten heroes, and the extraordinary events.